Welcome to Unity in Harlem Sunday Service, July 9th, 2023. We are certainly happy that you are able to join us today. The order of service is as follows. Marie Ponce will be singing our opening celebration song, No Longer Slaves. The announcements will be read by Reverend Leroy Weathers. Bob Ponce will lead us in the Unity in Harlem affirmation. We'll be reading the daily word, power. Reverend Carol will lead us in meditation, which she will follow with her talk today, Summer Breeze. Reverend Carol will lead us in prayer request. Marie Ponce will sing a selection, I Am the Place Where God Shows Up. Reverend Carol will lead us in the prayer protection. Marie Ponce will lead us in the peace song. Have a blessed day and enjoy our service. Peace.
Oh, 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 you unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Love has called my name. I've been born again into a family. Your love flows through my veins. I am no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. Oh, 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 oh. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. You drown my fears in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. You drowned my fears in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. You rescued me so I could walk right through it, surrounding me in the arms of the Father. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
These are the announcements for today. Unity in Harlem Zoom connection number is 698-428-2725. By phone, it's 929-205-6099. The passcode is 777-7777. Please join us in fellowship immediately after the service today. Tuesday study group meets from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The study book that they're reviewing is Shift Happens by Robert Holden. Please join us. Friday, Unity in Harlem Prayer Circle meets from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Unity in Harlem's Gospelgram for July 2023 can be found on Unity in Harlem Facebook. Anyone wanting to speak to the minister about a personal matter, feel free to call 646-481-1844. Alert! Next Sunday, Unity in Harlem's Day in the Park will be on July 16th. That is next Sunday. We'll be meeting in the park for Unity in Harlem Day in the Park. Again, it's July 16th, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. on 109th Street and Central Park West. You are invited to bring your own lunch, and Unity in Harlem will provide salads and dessert, drink, water, and all paper goods, including utensils. Let this be the best year ever. Join in the walk to Seneca Village, West 82nd Street to West 89th Street, or just sit and eat. So please join us next Sunday, July 16th, from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. in our annual Unity in the Park. That is the announcement for today. Have a blessed day.
Isaiah 55 verse 11 says, "So shall my word be that goes out from my mouth. It shall not return to me empty, but it shall accomplish that which I purpose, and shall succeed in the thing for which I sent it." Unity affirmations speak to the power of our words, and particularly the power of I am. And so we say this affirmation every Sunday to affirm our divine nature. The words are on the screen, and I invite you to say them with me. I am an abundant, radiating center of God's love and light for peace, healing, and inner truth for all.
Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Power. Today we affirm, I look within and discover my power. And our message reads, great power lies within me, like a treasure chest full of gold and precious jewels buried in my own backyard. It is so close that I sometimes overlook it, leading me to search near and far, seeking strength and value outside myself. Yet my power is in my potential, a gift for me to discover. I am endowed with wisdom, love, and creativity, gemstones meant to be uncovered and shared with the world. I am rich in my capacity to use these gifts to reach goals and create my life with intentionality. As I think, speak, and behave in accordance with my divine abilities, I share my treasures. I bring into the light the hidden parts of myself. Knowing my power comes from expressing my best self. Our Bible verse for today is from Ephesians 2:10. For we are what He has made us, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared beforehand to be our way of life.
Draw me close to you. Never let me go. I lay it all down again to hear you say that I'm your friend. You are my desire. No one else will do. 'Cause nothing else can take your place. To feel the warmth of your embrace. Help me find a way, bring me back to you. You I want. You I need. Help me know you are near. Help me know you are near. Help me know Yes. Oh, Reverend Carol J. Hunt.
Good morning, everyone. And thank you to Reverend Leroy, to Bob, and Marie, opening our service today and being here and being committed to unity in Harlem. Most of you know that I was away to the Unity Worldwide Ministries annual convention. And I wondered if there was a couple of things I could share with you that are quick. And one of them is that Unity has always had a labyrinth, taken from ancient days, a walking space for meditation. And they decided that they would move the labyrinth to another place on the grounds right there and create a whole different labyrinth, much bigger. And they did that. And last year, when we all gathered at the village for the Celebrating Our Soul conference, the labyrinth was to be finished, but it was not. I got to see the finished product this year. It is beautiful, set up entirely different, a place to sit when you get to the center of the labyrinth and then get up to go back to the beginning. Absolutely beautiful. And this time it is in brick. So it's going to last a long, long time. One of the things that I have not mentioned about the labyrinth and and what it has to do with Unity in Harlem. Last year, as they were finishing, the company that is, was finishing the labyrinth, there was an invitation sent out if there was something you wanted to put under the last few bricks that were being laid, just bring it over. So I began to think about that and scrambled among my whatever I had to see what I could leave that was Unity in Harlem. Wouldn't you know, I found a letterhead, our letterhead. And so I cut that out and took it over there last year, and they received it, and they put it under a brick. I don't know which brick, but I think that just the idea that Unity in Harlem has a physical place and yet not a physical place there on the grounds of Unity Village that we can think about and understand and love the idea of that. A piece of that ground, all of it has a sense of sacredness anyway, but a piece of that ground get dedicated to individuals as they have walked and will walk the labyrinth in quiet meditation, and we know lives are transformed. That's one. And the second one, you have, I was just, thank you, Bob. I'm glad you did that, because I was going to say, if you go online, you can see pictures of it. It's beautiful. Thank you. The other thing I'd like to share is that most of you know Unity as a whole, the organization, has leaders, teachers called licensed Unity teachers. For short, we say LUTs. And many of them have started they've planted ministries everywhere. And many of them to this day are the spiritual leaders of ministries in Unity. They finally have equal status as a Unity leader. and they have a vote that is equal to the minister's vote at meetings, and are accepted now on the same level as a unity I'm looking for a particular word, credentialed leader, a credentialed leader in unity. There was a time when LUTs, it was presented to the body that be eliminated from unity. That was voted down years ago. And that they and everybody else realizes that LUTs are a vital part of the health and teaching and ministry of a unity consciousness in a center, church, and in the community. So we welcome all LUTs, and hopefully someday Unity in Harlem will have its own LUT, licensed unity teacher, credentialed by UWM, Unity Worldwide Ministries. I would like to put in an extra plug. Reverend Leroy did it excellently. Next Sunday, our annual Day in the Park. Hope to see everyone come out for this gathering. It will be so wonderful to be together. Central Park, on the screen, 109th Street. There is no service online next Sunday. Tell your friends, come. And I even suspect, even though it says bring your own sandwich, there'll be a little food. And we look forward, of course, to the drink that Bob makes for us every year. And with that, and the welcome to our service, we prepare ourselves now for meditation. So take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Settle into your seat. Release thoughts that you can go back to later. Release activities that you can do later. Call your whole self and attention to the now moment. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly. Breathe in deeply. Let yourself relax into the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the breath as it flows through your body, searching out the different places. As you exhale and relax those places. The blessings of the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. The very source of our creation. the very source of how we connect to the divine presence within us. I breathe in, I breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Think about those places in your body that feel uncomfortable. There may be a place with a pain or two. Breathe into those places now and exhale slowly to them and breathe the word of relaxation. Relax. Be still. Relax. And your emotions this morning, your feelings, breathe into them. Whether they are tight or tense, you feel stressed, breathe into those feelings wherever they are. And again, peace, be still. Peace, be still as you exhale. Breathe in and breathe out. And oh, the many thoughts that you have. The many things that you must attend to. The many people you must speak to. The activities that come and go in your mind. See them all. Let them come. And then gently set them aside. And again, exhale to them. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Peace, be still. Connect now to the easy rhythm, the uncluttered rhythm of breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and breathing out. Your breath is easy, quiet. As you exhale, feel the breath as it flows through your hands and fingers. Feel the breath as it flows through your feet and toes. And now breathe in deeply. Fill your lungs. Hold the breath. Hold the breath for 5. Exhale the breath for 7. Again, hold the breath for 5, breathing in deeply. Exhale the breath for 7. You are quiet, still. You enter a door. You enter a room. You find a place to sit. And you feel the presence of the Christ. In the silence and quiet, you let thoughts of love flow through you. The blessings of love that surround you. You feel whole and complete. There is no place to go. There is nothing that you must do. Unconditional love, oneness with the Creator. In love, you see all things coming together in the best way possible. all your activities, all your ideas, all what you desire. You see it blossoming before you, fulfilling that which you desire it to fulfill. Let love undergird all that you want. Let love go before you and let it prepare your way, and let it be a benediction on all you leave behind. There is only love, only oneness. In that oneness, all things are possible. Vision that desire, that activity, that need. See it the way it ought to be. See it complete, whole, one. And now affirm, I am that love I seek to be. I am love, unfolding now. I am love. I am one. I let love be love as me. Take a moment to breathe. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. You return now and get up and move through that door. And return to this space. Feeling relaxed, refreshed, renewed. Give thanks for the flow of divine love. See it as it flows from you and to all you care about. Say yes to it. Be thankful for it. Be grateful. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. In the consciousness of the Christ mind. Amen. Amen. Let's take a look at that graphic that Bob has today for Summer Breeze. It is a graphic that shows a summer day. It's bright and clear. And you see evidence of the sun shining on the tree, as well as their branches that might be blowing a little. And in the sky, we see the clouds, and they are like about to rush. They're in a rush, as though they are affected by the wind, by the breeze. And indeed, there are some days in the summer when it is just like that. The gentleness of a breeze, but also maybe something else. In fact, sometimes we get weather predictions when it's sunny outside and it's warm. There might be a gentle breeze, there might not be. But there are predictions of a heavy wind, a heavy rain. I was waiting for that yesterday, and took a walk and hope I would get back in time before it would rain. Here in Queens, where I live, it didn't rain at all, even though it got overcast and it got cloudy. So today's topic of summer breeze, it's all about relaxing in the invitation that summer breezes can bring. It is also about the growth opportunities, understanding they do not stop in the summer months. The hazy, lazy days of summer can lull a person into thinking they can take time off from experiencing the next big leap in consciousness. Oh, I don't want to do any more work. Mental work as well, physical work, even heart work. When the summer months roll around, the feeling of relaxing that comes with holidays, vacations from school, vacations with family, friends, days in the park, wearing less, eating more, off to the beach, and so much else. It's the excitement of children playing 24/7, Even newspapers suggest lists of books to read. All in all, summer's promise is no heavy thinking. Deal with all the heavy thinking or challenges in September or later. Any decent site on the internet will list many activities for summertime, 25 or more, suggesting the flavor of summer having breezes that will bring excitement, relaxation, moments of daydreaming, slight exertion, but centered in the idea of just let's have fun and have a pleasant time. Relax. The word breeze itself is defined as a gentle wind, a thing that is easy to do. We hear phrases from people, words from people said, I did it in a breeze. Easy and lighthearted. Drift along, float along, stroll along. The word wind, a gentle wind. The word wind, from a truth point of view, is defined as coming from the east. Coming from the east. And the scriptures remind us of that. It's not east as in geography, but referring to the currents of life that comes from within and surrounds you, surrounds our whole being. Ernest Fillmore and, I got that, didn't I mix them together? Well, I'm putting them together anyway. Charles Fillmore and Ernest Holmes, words in defining this aspect of the east and the wind, they're very similar. Currents. And I guess that's a good word if you can reflect back quickly on that graphic of how those clouds look off in the distance there, that they were bringing currents. You can almost see that word in those clouds. The currents of life. Coming from the east, not in geography, but from within. Now, the prophet Elijah had that experience when he was on the run from Jezebel. Most of us know that story. He had killed 450 of her priests that believed in the false god Baal. When that happened, she put out a contract on him and he fled for his life. He believed that the way to prove the power of his God was to put it in competition with the power of her God, Baal. So that was his consciousness. I want my God to be seen as more powerful. And if I talk about my God and I do things on my God's behalf that shows real power, my God will prove itself to be better than her God. And that's what he did when he killed the 450 priests. His experience of the wind, the currents in his life, meaning east, happened as he was trying to make sense of his situation. Here he did this thing that would prove that his God was better, greater, powerful. He was told, and he had to run, he was told to go out and stand on the mountain. God would be passing by. Go stand on the mountain. So you can imagine him standing on the edge of a mountain. And Spirit God was saying, I'm coming by, and you will know. You will know it. You will know me. So this is what is going on in his mind, in his consciousness, as he comes from the east. He was coming from the eastern consciousness. His mind was clearing away to an elevated state of awareness. So we are to take these instances in these powerful men's story so that we can understand when these currents are going on in our mind, when it feels like a wind that's going to blow you over, you are coming from the east. Your consciousness, your inner world is about to really teach you something, is about to let you know this is your next step in understanding from a spiritual point of view. When he tried to experience God, as God said, I'm passing by, it was not in the wind. It was not in the earthquake. It was not in the fire. All those things are very powerful. It was only in the still small voice, that quiet voice. Some translation says it was a whisper. And if we accept that that voice sometimes is a whisper and not banging you on the head, you have to be still. You have to be quiet. The quiet voice of transformation. The gentle wind, meaning east, had the same in-depth current in the story of the wise men visiting Jesus in the manger. The words are written this way. The wise men came from the east to Jerusalem and asked, where is the one who has been born King of the Jews? We saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him. Well, the star, it's light. It's that light bulb that goes off within you. It's your intuition. It's a feeling of aha. Oh, I get it. And that's what happened to those wise men. They together had this experience of aha. Something is happening in our world. Something is happening that has been promised in our world. Again, coming from the east is not just geographical. They were wise to follow their inner voice. They were wise, coming from the consciousness of being ready to enter a new state of awareness. And of course, of what that babe in the manger represented physically as well as inwardly was the consciousness of the awakening of the Christ within. And they acknowledged that in their travel. And what do we say today? The birth of that awareness, you don't have to go anywhere. It's right where you are. Yesterday morning, I received a voicemail asking if I knew a certain person The person calling was the daughter of that person. Her mother had died, and she was going through her address book and found my name and number. I let her know I would have to have a conversation with her to come to any conclusion as to whether I actually knew her mother. I invited her to call me. After a couple of mishaps, I finally spoke to her, and finally I did meet and realized I did meet her mother a number of years ago. I met her by going to her mother's home. The contact for bringing unity in Harlem through me to the mother came through Imam Askia Muhammad, our dear friend. The call reminded me of summer breezes, coming in all shapes and sizes for each of us, just because the summer months seem to want us to be lulled into a state of doing nothing. Life continues to happen to you and everyone else. It pays to stay alert to every summer breeze. The breeze at this time for this person has a challenge to it, a question in it. What is the message of this breeze? What's the challenge of the breeze for her in this summertime? How do I handle this breeze? For some, like this woman, is in the midst of trying to make sense of how to prepare for the funeral of her mother. She said, I've never done anything like this before. This is her personal current in life. Fortunately, I remembered she was about to go into business for herself. When I met her those years earlier, she acknowledged this was true, and she had entered at that time a contest in which she was in the top 10 for her business idea. And now she was about to enter another. I was able to put the experience of her mother moving into a new birth, a new life. She was entering at this time, and she herself was entering a period of new life and new birth. Hopefully, the breeze of this summer in her life will be one she can stroll through and not just drift along in pain. A move to new life and transformation for both. She with strength will stroll through and not just hobble or drift through. As we review the biblical accounts of the prophet Elijah, the wise men, and the story of my morning call, there are some things that are explicit and some points that are inferred. Elijah shared the inner workings of the wind, meaning east, as his mind was growing through the currents within. All the while, the mind was clearing the way for him to move into a higher level of awareness, a higher level of consciousness. No more can Elijah put his God into competition with other gods. The power of his God is what he hears from within himself. He then acts on what he hears accordingly. And that's the message for us, regardless of the current. Take it into the quiet, listen, and then act on what you hear. The breeze wasn't in his face, knocking him down, but a gentle wind, a gentle, quiet wind. The wise men in the New Testament saw the star as light and was inspired in the east and knew what it meant. Following the leading from within, they arrived with their gifts. The breeze was easy to do for them because they heard it and they knew what it was. Reminds me of that sentence. I did it in a breeze. We did it in a breeze. And at each encounter of being in the east, they listened and they followed what they heard, and it was easy. Lastly, the woman who called me on the death of her mother, the breeze, the life current that was gripping her, it was gripping her, yet it led her to feel, and I felt in a few minutes, the wind, the east of her life, was not separate from her mother's. That's what I felt, and that's what I shared. Both about a new beginning. The challenge is not to let the hazy, lazy days of summer breezes lull you into complacency. There can be no thoughts of, I'll take the summer off and I'll eat whatever I want. Skip exercise this week. Who feels like cleaning in the summer? Skip it. I promised so-and-so, aunt so-and-so, uncle so-and-so, my friend so-and-so, I'll take her to the park. And you say, it's too hot. I meditated and prayed yesterday. I'll skip it today. Anyway, I got up too late. I really should clean out that closet. I don't feel like it. Reverend Carroll really said something that struck a chord in me that I should follow up on. Well, maybe later. And so it goes. Isaiah 43:19 says, "Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. I will make a way, light in the wilderness." Psalm 16:22. In your presence there is the fullness of joy. At your right hand are pleasures forevermore. Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that the I am, the Christ, and God. And anytime you hear the word I am, know that it refers to the Christ, the divinity of you. See it uppercase. Psalm 145:18. The Lord is near to all who call him, in truth. Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me and I will answer you, will tell you great and hidden things that you have not known. Matthew 28:20. Jesus said, I am with you. I am is with you always, even to the close of the age. John 15:5. I am the vine, you are the branches. Whoever abides in me, I in him, he it is that bears much fruit. For apart from me, apart from I am, you can do nothing. Blessings as you think on these things, my friends, today. What breeze are you listening to? What breeze are you not listening to? Have you ventured into the east? Your wind, your current? Don't forget. Now for prayer requests and love offerings. Turn your attention to prayer, whether for yourself or for others. The conditions of the world, your immediate surroundings, and as you formulate your request, turn your attention to being in the East. Into that place in consciousness where transformation takes place as you listen in the quiet to that inner voice, the I am presence. Listen, listen, listen to your heart sing, I will never forget you. I will never forget you. Let your prayer unfold and be as it should be, as it ought to be. See it unfolding now, knowing that what unfolds through you can never be better at this time, in this moment. Follow your inner guidance, and all is well. Bless others as you pray that they hear their inner guidance, and all is well. And as we think of the conditions of the world, we see in our mind's eye the truth of each person, each group. Let those ideas, commitments, be heard and articulated, said from the highest and best within them. And all is well. We give thanks for this awareness, for this knowingness about the truth that lies in the depths of each of us. We acknowledge it, we say thanks for it, and we see it growing in everyone and in ourselves every day. We say yes to this truth. And we say amen. And then we think about the gift that we would share. We see it in our mind's eye. We hold it in our heart. And we bless these resources, whatever they are, that comes through us, through our spirit. And we give. We give fully and completely. We give easily. We give from that consciousness, from the East, that prayerful awareness. For as we give, so we receive. And for all those who give and support this ministry, Unity in Harlem, we give thanks for them and thank them for their support. We bless them as their lives continue to grow in the I Am presence. This prayer that you see on the screen, we say it every Sunday to acknowledge the resources that come through us. I will say it first, and then it will be repeated and you will join me. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Shall we know it together? Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. So be it.
Wow, such a wonderful talk. Wow, Isaiah, remembering 43:19. See, I am doing something new. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it in the wilderness? I make a way in the wasteland rivers. Wow. Wowee. Thank you so much, Carol. Now we're going to sing a song by Eddie Watkins. In the place where God shows up. Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and I ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and I ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has his being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. We are the place. You are the place where God shows up. Hey, I'm looking for that new thing. Are you looking for that new thing? Can you perceive it? Can you see it now? Oh, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place. Come on, sing it. You are the place. We are the place where God shows up. I am the place. You are the place. We're the place where God shows up. Yeah. There's nothing to worry about because I am that I am. I am the place. Are you? Of course you are. Yay. Hey, Carol.
Thank you for the music today.
You're so welcome, Carol. Thank you for that lovely talk. It's so rich and so, oh, wow. So much to look at and to study. Oh, my goodness. You just went all over and just broke it down. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So, my friends, we are ready for the prayer of protection. Together, the light of God.
Light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The presence of God protects us. The power of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. I need to get some water. All right. Now you know it's live. I need water. All right.
All right.
Wow.
See everyone in a few minutes after we sing the peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, let it begin with me.
Thank
Yay.
you.
Thank you. Right. City.